What's up, guys? Welcome to Shove It, episode 2.
We got many topics to talk about today.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Introduce ourselves. My name is Jose.
Right here with Javi.
I'm Mark.
My name is Juan. And this is Emily and this is Sadi.
Yes,
thank you.
Alright, first topic. Don't trust bitches.
Alright.
Great topic.
Alright, let me ask you this though.
Why shouldn't you trust B words? Explain.
Only trust them if you feel a certain way. If you don't feel it, just enjoy the ride, bro.
Do you want to...
The ride or are they
Further.
gonna ride you? Because you don't ride.
Just enjoy the ride with them. But just know it's gonna end soon.
This is making
Damn.
his brain cells.
Alright, give me an example of why not to trust a bitch. You don't have to include names.
Just don't trust the bitch.
Alright, my question more than anything is where did you get this question from? Why are you talking about this? What did you see that made you talk about this?
Who hurt you?
Yeah, who broke your heart, bro?
No.
I'm about to slap that bitch.
About to knock her teeth out.
Yeah.
Well, first things first, I want to congratulate Javi's brother. He won in Beltador 227. We went to watch him fight. Let's get a round of applause. It's fucking raw. We'll post some highlights or something in the video.
Really good fight.
Really good
The whole
fight.
event was pretty good, though.
Basically dominated the whole fight. Shout out. Edwin, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Edwin de los Santos, shout
Stay
out.
tuned for his next fight.
Stay tuned. Motherfuckers raw.
Against Javi.
Alright,
So
the
good.
first topic is a question that I came up with today, last minute. I was at Almaden Lake. I mean, I've been fishing there one time. That shit was hella cool. And I was walking with the person I work with and my manager, right? I usually walk around the lake pretty often and work. And every time I walk by the lake, I literally see the fucking fish swimming by the shore. And I just walk around the lake with the people that I work with, not fishing, just walking, enjoying the day, and I see the fishes there all the fucking time.
Right.
And today I went there with the intention of actually fishing because I'm like, these last couple of weeks, I know there's a fish here, there's a fish over there, this guy lives over here. I go today and I can't catch shit. I did catch one actually.
Yeah,
That made my day. I was hella happy.
that's good. You know, I saw on your Instagram that you went shooting too.
Oh yeah, that
I
was
want
the
to
day.
go shooting. You should have invited me. I would have gone.
I'm gonna start going to shoot more because hunting season is about to start, so I
Yeah.
need to get my accuracy in there.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I want to
Let's
go.
go
Like, if
shoot.
you go next time, I want to go.
Huh?
Wait, what?
Alright.
Correct.
Okay.
We go to a restaurant.
Practice on a moving object. Bro.
Yeah.
And there's some guy in the army. He's notorious for having sniper kills. He has 33.
Right
he
now?
has the highest. Yeah.
American Sniper.
Right now?
Yeah. And even the fucking ISIS and all them, they're trying to kill him, but they can't kill him.
I was watching American Sniper and basically the first kills that he ever got was to a little kid and a mom. Dude,
Oh.
that's crazy.
It's because
Imagine.
over there, they're training those people to.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's
not-
because
They're
those.
trying to kill you.
Yeah.
And you could see in the movie, I thought it was hella good because you could see how hesitant he is to fucking shoot that little kid because he didn't know but he did see he had a fucking grenade and
Yeah.
shit. It's either him or my fucking squad, and obviously it's something crazy to kill a little kid, but if it's you're protecting your own fucking squad or your brothers and shit, they're trained to protect their own.
All right. Let me tell you about the shooting. I am gonna start going to shoot a little bit more. However, there's a problem. Ammo. I only shot 20 rounds. I shot 10. My little cousin shot 10. And it's more than enough. Trust me. With the gun that I have, the kick is gonna tire you out.
Yeah.
But ammo is expensive. 20 rounds is $65
No, yeah,
bucks.
I figured that. I know when I go with you, I'm gonna buy my own.
Trust me,
ammo for
I'll be
sure.
more than happy to take y'all to the shooting range. Y'all just gonna have to
buy the ammo.
help me with the ammo.
No, I'll buy my own ammo for sure. If we do go, because I know that shit's expensive.
Yeah. And if that's gonna be the case, then for sure, let me know what day you want.
Where'd you get your gun license?
If you have a hunting license, it's heck easy to get your.
Well, how do you get a hunting license?
I have to take a class.
You have to take a class, yeah,
I didn't know that.
safety class. What?
My brother got a gun once.
And then
My
I have
friends
a-
didn't like it. though.
take a test or what?
Yeah, you have to do a course and take a final test, and then it's a certification you get, and then you buy your license every year.
How
I'm
is
trying to get a pistol.
Pistol's different. You can still get a pistol or a rifle without actually having a hunting license. You just need to take. You remember at Bass Pro Shop last
Yeah.
time we went?
You have to take a test.
Right next to the gun section in Bass Pro Shop, they have this little test section, and it just asks you questions like, where's the trigger? How do you put on the safety? You know, the basic gun rules, you know?
Yeah.
And you pass that test, and you also have the ability of buying a rifle or a pistol.
What's the advantage of having a hunting license? Like, how does it make it easier or better?
Well, because during the hunting license testing and practicing and stuff, like there's already a gun safety section in there, you know? Because when you're hunting, you're obviously using any type of firearm or weapon that will kill anything alive. So, you know.
How does it make the process of getting a gun license or whatever, like, how does it make that better? Does it even help at all?
Well, I'm pretty sure a gun, like, safety certification and, like, a hunting license, you know, it's basically equivalent. It's not about who knows more about safety. It's about just being safe with the stuff. And you bring that up to the counter, basically showing them, hey, I'm responsible with a weapon. I want that rifle right there. All right, let me do the paperwork with you. Because they actually give you, like, a whole ass background check.
So when you went, you showed them your hunting license?
Yes.
And it how hard was the process after that?
Choose the rifle you want.
And they didn't make you do like that little exam thing, like no?
Did they make you get a bigger rifle and then a pistol?
That doesn't matter. I think the only thing
That's
I'm honestly not 100% sure about the pistols. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure because I have a hunting license. I can also buy a
You need to
pistol.
be in order to get a handgun in California. You need to be like 25 or 20 something. I can't remember.
No, I was 21. 21.
Are you sure?
When I bought my rifle a year ago, yeah. I'm not sure about now.
I think it is 21. I remember it was because I remember 18 you can get like a long rifle, and then at 21 I think you could get. But I'm not. I am not too sure.
Yep.
Well, the only reason why I asked is because I have my hunting license, but I didn't know that could like help in any
All
way.
they need is like your hunting license and ID with the house you live at,
and
which
like
was a bitch
mail
to me.
or something.
No. You need like your ID
To match the address that you have. Oh, okay.
So what I used was I used my fishing license and my regular ID.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Anyways,
I
have
a question for all you guys.
Alright,
So
go
you got like,
Bring the
how do guns intrigue you guys in a way? Because it doesn't intrigue me at all.
nothing about him.
I feel like in a way it is because I was born in a country where guns doesn't being used a lot. That's why it doesn't intrigue me, but I feel like even if I were born here, I don't think I'll be intrigued in gun either because I don't like
Honestly, I just
seeing
bought
people
one
with
just in
housing
case.
one.
You like security
Just in case.
Yeah.
for like your own
I
security?
feel like when I do like have my own family and shit, like I'm gonna get a gun for sure.
Yeah.
That's true.
Cause I see a bunch of motherfuckers
I'm not
like robbing houses and shit, and like, what if I have kids, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm,
Like,
I'm
you
not
never
like
know.
into guns. I'm not like fascinated by guns. I just want like a pistol.
That recently just happened to my coworker. She is moving like 2 hours away because she has a neighbor who is like 56 years old. He's schizophrenic, and he was like throwing rocks into their window. And she said she was scared because he was targeting her. Like, he was saying like her name.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
especially
that-
with like crazy motherfuckers
She
around now.
she lives with her like 90-year-old grandpa, like, and I'm just like, that sounds like a movie. Like, that sounds so unreal. And so when I think about those,
Does she live in an elderly home with your grandpa?
no, she lives in her own house with like her husband and stuff,
Oh.
but the grandpa lives there with them.
Yeah. So it's things like that. Like I've seen videos of like motherfuckers like knocking on doors asking for help, and once they open the door, like 4 motherfuckers storm in with guns and shit.
100%. This is just for everyone's safety. I've seen that too. If you see a random dude at your door, you're better off just talking to him through your fucking door.
Dude,
Don't open the fucking
Just
door.
call 911. Like, don't open the door for him.
Oh, I mean, the thing is, there's like, I've seen something where like some guy came selling candy, and it was here in San Jose. It was on and then I think it was like on some like fucking group, like what is it called, Next Door or whatever, and someone put that someone came to their house knocking, hey, we're selling candy, blah blah blah, and oh, okay, opens the door, and it looks like probably like a high school, like a senior or something, but it's fucking grown ass man. And then as soon as they open the door, like around the corner, like 3 guys in masks like run straight to the door and kick it down, and like the lady was screaming and shit. And I'm like, I know it's like so hard because you're a good person, but like honestly, I just think it's stupid to open your door to someone you don't know.
It's very. I learned that. It's not I learned that the hard way, But in a way, I always tend to like be freely when I open my door. When I open my door, I fully open all the way, whether it's a stranger or someone I know. Because I remember I was at my aunt's house and someone knocked on his door, like her door. I opened the door and then he was like, "Oh, is this person here?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." And then I opened the door and I left it there and I ran upstairs. And then my uncle came down. He was like, "Dude, why did you leave the door there for someone that you don't even know?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm like, my bad. I didn't know it was a big idea." I'm like,
Yeah.
He was like, "What if, like, you don't know that person? What if they just pretend to be a mail person, a mailman, or like even a delivery person?" I thought about it, like, it is true, but the only reason why I was so comfortable was because it's a habit of mine where I'm so used to coming from a place where like it's normal to interact with anybody within my area. I'm very comfortable with it. I'm not like afraid of like, oh, they're gonna steal my stuff or doing anything harmful. At the same time, I'm thinking, I'm like, that's true. Like, I'm in a different country.
Yeah. No, I used
I'm
to
not.
be like that.
I'm not where like in a place because I live in a province in Vietnam, so like where everyone knows each other.
Mm-hmm.
So like if something new goes down, we know who did it. Like,
I think it just
tough.
depends where you live.
That's why it's.
It depends where you live, but you also don't want to be too.
It's not
Too
a
trusting.
very
You-
good
you
idea
never
to
get
be
too
like
comfortable.
Right.
it definitely
All it takes is
I-
one crazy
my-
fucker to
my
go.
mom's
there.
not
like
close to our
we
neighbors.
don't do that.
My mom's not close to our neighbors.
Yeah,
Well,
but, like,
yeah,
but the thing
those
is
are
that
neighbors.
you have multiple though. Like you don't even know who lives down the end of Bible like
Right.
history. You know.
Yeah, I used to be like hella trusting too, like when I was like younger.
You can't.
That nothing
Mhm.
bad has happened to me or anything like that, but I've learned through like
You
things that I've
should.
seen like other people do and shit. Like I shouldn't be as trusting. Like even if the person looks like the nicest fucking person, like if it's like a girl, like if she looks hella nice and she's asking for help, like there's a video of this girl like asking for help, opens the door, and motherfuckers storm in.
I seen that shit too.
So
Or-
it's just like even
Well, I was just saying there's been like 2 instances where it's both women because I used to take public transit a lot and I had a lot of interactions with people and people would come and ask me for my phone like, "Hey, can I use your phone?" And like a lot of things later on happen where people are like, "This nice looking lady came and asked me to use my phone," and they track something on my phone or they take it.
Yeah.
And it's like things like that. And then recently a lady asked me for my phone number in Target while I was by myself, and I just got anxious and I gave it to her, and it like it's just like things like that. Like there's so many like little interactions
you
that
know
you would
the
never.
same thing happened to Litzy.
Cause it's just like they know how to talk to you.
Right, the same thing happened to
Like-
her, and she told me like, oh, a lady came to me and then asked me for my number too, and then she was like, oh, it's probably like those ladies who like, she was scared. I don't think she gave it to her, but she's like, yeah, I was scared because it's like, she was trying to take me or something. Like like
Yeah.
she's seen like stories too that they wait for them in the parking lot and then they take them.
Yeah.
So shit like that, like
Don't-
something like that could have
I
happened to you.
She was asking. There's a thing though. She was asking me about my nails, and
So-
she was
so they
like
get
to you
this
like that,
little
yeah.
older
It don't
Asian lady,
matter.
and that's what you. But it's
And
like
Asian, it was the same too. Like she said, it was an older Asian lady too, so it might have been the same one.
yeah.
Probably was.
She
Yeah.
and she
Targets
kn-
or some
and people
shit.
know how to talk to you. They talk fast, like they're like salespeople.
Yeah.
When it's like that, then yeah,
First-
like
This is what I always tell my girl
I just
because
feel like you can't
for
be too
me,
cautious.
I'm doing a long distance. Being able to protect my girl is very, very difficult because I literally can't do shit.
Yeah.
I'm here, I'm here, and
You're
she's in a
thousands of-
different. She's in a different state. Always trying to tell her when it comes to strangers, anything happen. You could either be mean, or you get the fuck out. It's not like be mean where like nah, like don't talk to me.
Right.
Be mean as like. Don't be so like trusting. You're like
Exactly,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like
are we talking about like regular people or like girls?
and for me, mostly girls because like men, like I'm not like to be sexist or anything, but like
I don't think
men
it's
of
sexist
course,
at all.
men
I
of
think
course able to protect themselves
Right.
more
Yeah.
in a
And
way.
it's
I mean,
not-
Women's are
true.
very like
Vulnerable.
if girl like boom like a guy would ask we all know what their intention is.
But
it comes in a way where like safety and everything comes.
It's true
together
because
when it comes
like
to
if a
that.
motherfucker like tries to go like against a dude, they're gonna be like kind of scared though. Like
Yeah, right.
you know,
And,
it's
like,
gonna be a challenge. If it's a
Mhm.
girl, like they're gonna see her as like really weak.
Especially it like come on, I went to Target by myself.
Yeah.
Like and obviously like I'm just kind of the perfect target in a way. It's like you see some girl and you talk about nails. Like that is just like the perfect way to approach a girl.
Just be like, hey, you want my phone number? Let me see your ID.
And that's what I need to learn myself too, is that there's just like a misconception. It's like what is quote unquote mean and what is just like, hey, like I
Appropriate.
just gotta do what I gotta do. Like walking away and saying, hey, I'm busy, I gotta leave, like I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, there isn't.
Cause
And
like for me, like I would
Hey.
think that that's mean, but it's
Alright.
like we're adults, we're people, we
you're
got our own things to
You're
do.
not
That's my man.
obligated to talk to them. You
Right.
just, for your own safety, if you feel like you're not comfortable to talk, you shouldn't have to talk. You don't
Yeah.
feel like, oh, I feel bad, I'll leave that person.
Nah, that needs
Hanging.
that needs
No, like, dude, if you don't feel comfortable talking to a person you feel like don't like talking to, leave. There's no point in being
I
like,
never interact with strangers.
don't be like, oh, like,
There you
oh,
go.
I don't. Like
Anywhere.
I don't feel comfortable. At the same time, I don't want to be a dick or like a mean
Yeah.
person because I'm
Yeah.
not talking to them. No, leave if you don't feel comfortable. There's no point of being. You feel like you're obligated to talking to them. Leave.
I don't know about you guys, but people never come up to me when I'm like at Target or something.
You don't seem to be a very approachable person. I wouldn't personally, if I didn't know you, I wouldn't go up to you and just be like, hey yo bruh, can I follow your Instagram? Like I don't know you.
I feel like
That's
people.
weird energy.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want
Does
you to
that?
come up to me to do
It's
that.
because it's just kind of like you can tell
Serious
like he just
person.
you can
Yeah.
tell like he's serious and
It's
shit.
very hard, like a hard
And
person
for
to
like
approach.
for you,
RBS.
you don't really look
RBS.
like too serious, and like she doesn't really look serious. Like we look kind of like approachable, I guess you could
Yeah.
say.
Mhm.
But
It's even like
Juan-
when you're
Juan
on a
looks
line of something.
actually,
Hold on. Let me put the serious version on. Hold on.
Juan looks approachable sometimes. Look.
Hey, but
My boy looking cute sometimes, no cap. That's what.
on manipulation, like the women approaching other women in a store like Target. I'm assuming you were like in the makeup aisle or some shit.
No.
You were probably just like walking. Right?
I was
Like,
going towards a food aisle.
Oh,
Dang.
yeah, that's exactly where you. Never mind.
No, the thing was is that I was 100% in a rush. I was actually getting her food, and I was like, like I'm trying to get back quick, and I never rush in Target, so that was weird.
That's my fault.
No, I
Hey,
just
You should
wanted
have
to
never let her go to
Yeah.
Target.
This is
Just
Nah.
have her on a leash 24/7.
like sometimes look.
You're right. I'm
My
gonna
mom
write that
always
shit
tell
down.
my
Write
sister
that down. Write that down.
like we're like, oh, like do not let your sister because she's the only girl inside the house, right? So like whenever she come back from school or anything, like sometimes she has to walk home. My mom would never let her, but like sometimes we're like, hey, go pick up, and we're like get hella lazy. We're like, well, it's cool, let her walk home and this and that, right? But at the same time, if you really think about it, it's very sketchy.
Mhm.
It's
So
so
even-
sketchy. So like
Use that.
the whole entire time, like for us, like my brother and stuff, we always walk home. But like for her, we always have to pick her up no matter what time it
That
is.
is
We
true.
have to pick
you
her up.
invest in cute self-defense tools.
That's what I'm saying. You just gotta tell her how.
There's so many by
Dude, yeah.
them.
No,
But the thing
There's
is,
so
the
many
thing-
cute
Yes,
ones.
yes, having equipment to self-defense is one way.
Knowing how to use it. and
I
it's-
always-
Knowing what I use is also one way, but the best protection always you have to just fucking go and pick them up.
Honest,
Yeah.
Just-
honestly,
But they're gonna have to grow up eventually, bro.
No,
Yeah,
honestly,
but like at the same
always
yes,
share
no,
your
yeah,
location
kids very
with
young.
someone.
That's why you have to spend
Yeah.
your time.
And with
to
at least
invest,
one
like,
person
for
that you
like-
If
trust.
it's high school, then high school they should be already like
No,
you gotta know the game,
no,
you know.
bruh.
That was
you-
me.
you
In,
think,
that was me
you
in all
think
high
so?
school.
Hey, bro, but literally, the high school
Mhm.
age is like the typical age of people getting abducted.
Yeah.
I learned that it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I really I
What
learned
age?
age, the way you look, like
There's a lot of fucking creeps
like
out
I
there.
went
There
I
are.
went walk down the street like basically wearing
Creeps
this,
are
a
everywhere.
hood on, like it doesn't matter. If they know that you're a girl, they're gonna want to get you. It doesn't matter. You're alone. That's
Like,
just what.
like
how
we all
it is.
said. Look, like we all said. We always think. We say this sometimes. Girls are very easy to be fucked by everyone. But for a guy. For a guy.
Wait.
No, like.
Wait a minute.
Do you mean that literally?
No, like.
Hold
I'm not. Hold up.
No, you didn't mean
I know I'm
dropped
bringing
the
it
fucking
to a
atomic bomb on us.
I know this is a very like crazy and sensitive subject, but like,
Yo.
dude, if you think about it, like, dude, like, there's a reason why guys are fucking like going for like they just fuck anyone, but
Dude,
girls
have
have
you
an
heard the phrase-
option.
That depends on the guy though.
Yeah.
Bro, they do it, bro.
All right, I
No,
think it's
like-
time for the topic change.
I think
I
it
don't
is
know,
time
bro.
for that.
Okay,
you're
that's
right.
I didn't drop that
Hey,
big
hold
bomb.
up.
This episode is sponsored by.
Hey, no, I was just gonna finish my question. Has it ever happened to you guys where you want something so bad and you just can't get it?
Yeah.
And then when you don't want it, it seems like everything is in your face.
I think I've felt that with like food. Like,
Ah,
like,
Well,
you,
definitely food, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
like you guys,
no.
I'm hungry. You guys want to order something?
like, have y'all had like when you guys go to a party, and they have like fucking tacos and salsa and hella beverages.
What's bad about, like, what's wrong with me is that I'll show up late everywhere, and when I show up at parties, the food's all fucking
Ah,
gone, and I'm
fuck.
starving, and it's my own fault 'cause I'm fucking late.
Fuck.
And then you just go to McDonald's.
And yeah,
And it's not even like.
cause motherfuckers like eat all the tacos and everything. Like I went to my aunt's once, and like they had tacos and everything, and she's like, oh, "You got here hella late."
He
I
was
was like, "I know." Fuck.
Dude, honestly, last time I had a party with my family, it was actually my dad's family.
Yeah.
I don't really know them, but it was cool seeing them. I got 4 fucking plates of barbacoa.
Oh, hell, you don't even know how you finish them.
4.
I'm trying to have a party like that.
Yeah.
Let's make one.
What are we talking
Right here in your
Like,
house, in
he's-
your backyard.
Have you
I
guys
was-
ever tried relleno?
Relleno? Chile relleno?
That shit that Daniel used to like.
Oh yeah.
Chile relleno or what?
No, it's like a fucking thing
It's like
from.
pork.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really
Put
eat
it-
pork, dude.
I don't eat
put
pork
it,
either.
People put it in a bolillo,
Mhm.
and they put chiles vinagres, and then they.
Oh, dude, that shit's.
That
It's
sounds
like
good.
cheese.
I don't, like he said, I don't eat pork either. Like not anymore.
I've been trying to not eat as much pork too.
I saw
Why?
that it's
Why?
very
It's
unhealthy.
it's dirty meat.
Dirty meat.
It's like the way that I know all meat, the way it's processed now is like fucked.
Corn.
But you should see the shit they feed.
GMOs.
The shit they feed fucking pigs. It's nasty. Like it's like plastic. And I'm like, I've not seen that with cows or with like chickens as much as I've seen it with pigs.
No, pig grew up in a very dirty place.
And pigs
Yeah.
eat everything.
Yeah.
They
Dude,
do, they do.
it's
I
the-
saw a video of
it's
a
a
fucking
very
pig
dirty
eating a fucking man's face, like in a fucking third world country.
Bro, what is your TikTok,
I
bro?
know.
My TikTok varies, bro. I
Dude,
love
why
my
don't you
TikTok.
send that stuff over? That's the shit I want to
I
see.
saw that video a long time ago. I saw that
Every
video.
single place.
I saw that video before even TikTok was a thing. But I think I saw that video on Twitter.
Yeah.
But it was a pork eating a
Of
man's
course, Twitter.
face, bro.
Twitter's got everything. Bro.
Like, damn. I don't even have Twitter anymore. That shit's too
Me
much
either.
for me.
I
It's like
deleted my Twitter.
it's above R rated.
I love love Twitter.
I don't.
I
bruh.
just was like started retweeting like R-rated stuff. I kind of like
Dude,
but-
mute them or like
sometimes-
block them.
Sometimes it be your own friends though. Like
Yeah,
like
yeah, like they
Yeah, I
like
mean,
something
yeah,
that's
like,
fucking crazy,
fuck.
and I'm like, bro,
Sometimes
like,
when I see, I just like swipe through it. I'm
yeah.
like, dude.
And like sometimes
I
And
only
it's-
love Twitter because I love like the discussion they be
Oh,
having.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
yeah.
fucking funny, dude.
nah,
Yeah.
I
It's
go
like
to the discussions on
hilarious.
TikTok. Like I go straight to the comments.
oh yeah, the
and
comments is pretty
The
valid.
comments are fucking hilarious. But on Twitter, I saw too many people getting beheaded, and my curiosity, I'll just watch the video.
And then
Um,
afterwards, you're like, why the fuck?
Yeah,
did I
like
watch
after that, I'm like, why the fuck did I fucking watch
I
this?
think Twitter's like Tumblr.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Like that is all over.
That's
the place.
what I
Twitter-
was talking
Literally,
about.
look.
I never had a Tumblr.
Right now, there's literally
I had a Tumblr.
a big trend of Twitter where like fucking people just like go. They actually
I wish they
watch.
brought it back, bro.
They watch that shit on Twitter. Like
Oh, like
like
porn?
porn on
Oh.
Twitter. I'm talking about. I'm talking about people on TikTok actually like do like Twitter porn. Like
Oh, on TikTok?
they be like, oh,
What's
bro.
on your TikTok?
There's
Sorry?
hella
Oh,
porn
I
stuff.
don't know. Look.
What's on your
look.
For You page?
People, yeah, it's.
Hey, we should do a segment. We should do a segment. 10 swipes on everyone's for you.
For
page.
real?
And see what we got.
No,
That is
but-
not-
Milfs.
Oh,
Ah.
MILFs, G35, MILF, Warzone,
Crazy.
MILF, Jim.
My TikTok is hella funny.
Well, since TikTok, we would see like 240p videos and
Iraq,
shit.
Iraq.
And like bass
Like-
boost and like a fish,
Deep
The best
fried.
kind.
a fucking British guy.
I. What do you call it?
what is? Well, please.
Fucking like it. Well, come to think of it.
Come to think of it, at
You
least
are
our
shit.
stews.
Fucking like it.
You wanker.
Hey, I love
Oh,
British
shit.
TikToks.
Me too, bro.
I love that.
Dude, you guys
like
need to-
soccer TikToks are hella
We
funny
need
too.
to find a British.
Dude, they're actually
guest.
hilarious,
Yeah,
dude.
we gotta
Just-
find a British guest.
I love having a British accent to a point where I sometimes always say it without even meaning
From New
realizing
York?
it. Dude, in game I would start cursing sometimes. I'll be like, bro, for fuck's sake, stop running to the box.
That's all he says in the game.
Or like, bro, I
Fuck
would.
sakes, man.
Hey, like, dude, I would know.
Hey, they're like, is that human, son?
And then I would realize I'm like, dude, I'm not even English, bro.
He's
And
like,
then,
pass
or in
the fucking
practice-
ball, bro.
Or in practice, I will fuck around. I was like,
You
even when I'm
rubbish.
getting, even when I'm hella serious, I'd be like, you fucking dumb cunt. Run into the fucking dude. Actually try, bro. Like,
I just
try.
Yeah, and then it
Like-
turns back into an English.
Yeah,
And
accent.
then I'm like, dude, like, stop being a bitch and a pussy. Fucking try, you cunt. And then, like, you know, like, and like,
bitch.
If
and
my-
I
also
would
should be
call,
like-
I would call
if Pop
people-
Smoke was British,
Donut.
I would call people dumb cunts, fuckheads, and what do you call it, dickheads? I say hella shit. that's like,
wanker,
Slaughterheads,
Yeah.
slaughterheads.
I feel
scallywag.
in a way, it's also because some of my coaches are English. Some of my coaches are English, so like I'm
Pirates
I'm
of the
very, like,
Caribbean.
saying like some of my coaches are English, so like it makes me feel like I wanted to say it, cause I learn things from them. I learn like whenever they speak, I like it, so like I tend to like
Pick it up.
pick it up from them and like trying to like speak it to
That I feel like
people
all of us have done that at least once. Like even with our close friends, like we pick up their
I
slang
pick up a
There's
lot of
like-
language from you guys.
in their-
I
in their-
learn a lot.
And there
from you
was.
guys from you.
I think it's
They're-
fun.
Just like
Sorry.
learning about different cultures.
Uh huh.
Uh-huh.
That's the next
What do you mean
topic.
by that? What's the next topic? Sorry.
I'm just transitioning.
Oh, okay, okay.
Wait.
So how's your experience experiencing Mexican culture?
That's what I'm gonna say, cause I'm like, well, just like in general.
Alright, so,
like,
so tell us a little bit about
I'm-
yourself.
No, I'm gonna
Well,
say.
first of all, where's your mom from?
By the way, if nobody knows, Emily is Caucasian and Mexican.
Mainly
No, I was-
Caucasian.
I was
Mainly
gonna-
Caucasian.
I was gonna say, but it's like we grew up in like San Jose, the Bay Area, like very multicultural, and like I don't know if it's just me because of obvious reasons, but like, do you guys like feel that your perspective on people's cultures have changed?
Yeah.
Like, because I just feel like I've learned. I mean, even in college too, I feel like I've learned so much about different people.
Like, elaborate on that. Like, what have you learned exactly?
Well, I mean, like, for me, because,
From
like, my mom is white and my dad is full Mexican. And I feel like I never really, like, I've learned little things, but I've never really, like, indulged into either of my cultures. So,
Right.
especially going to Andrew Hill, I'm like, I'm really getting the full effect.
A culture shock.
For
of,
me,
like,
it wasn't like I learned more. It's just that when I was younger, I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
I think so.
It's
too.
valid.
I didn't know what I knew. Like Asian people, I just knew. Honestly, I knew the stereotypes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as a
that's-
kid, that's
yeah.
As a kid,
That's all you learn.
That's all you hear.
Yeah.
It's the
And then, like,
stereotypes.
It's the hearing.
For us, Vietnamese culture, because of Sari, that's how
Yeah.
we got really close to Sari, and there was a lot of Asian people. They would always, I would see on their Instagram and shit, they would post about their traditions and stuff. But yeah, just when I was younger, I just didn't really understand it. But as I grew up, I like started noticing and shit. You notice stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I feel
Like, for me, I feel like I have a lot of backgrounds, cause like people think I'm Vietnamese, but I'm more than that. I was born in Vietnam, but I'm
What did I tell you last
I'm
time?
a different person. Huh?
But I told you last time. You gotta embrace that shit.
I am embracing it. I'm not hiding anything. Dude, I'm like we call ourselves indigenous people in this country. In Vietnam, we're like it's like saying a native person, right? Like
Sing the Vietnam
I
national
speak
anthem right now.
I speak
Go.
I don't remember, bro. It's been so long.
I don't even
I
know.
I have I speak pretty much I speak English 3 different language, and right now I'm currently trying to learn 4, which is Spanish.
Yeah.
So I have my own language. I have the language I've been taught
We're
since I
learning
was a
together,
kid,
Saudi.
and then I learned English, and then right now I'm learning Spanish so I can
Bruh,
speak to people around me.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like I get to learn all of those backgrounds and cultures within just me.
I was gonna say I can't wait for the day that Emily and Saudi are fluent in Spanish, bro. like imagine they're speaking to each other in Spanish. I think that'll be hella funny. I think that'll be hella like.
That'd be cool.
That'd be
Dude,
so
yeah, it's
I-
right. Like, dude,
That'd
we
be
just
hella
speak
cool.
it,
If you guys like talk
and
to
all
them in
of a
Spanish.
sudden, like, dude, I'm Asian, and no one expect anything. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
like-
used to.
You're
I used
like
to
that
think.
sushi guy on
Yo
TikTok.
entiende? Oh yeah, right?
Speaking straight Spanish.
I used to think
Yeah.
Saudi was Mexican, like half Mexican. Cause on
A
in
lot of
Silverdale
people
on his
thought that.
Instagram, he would have like, did you wear a Mexican
Yeah,
shirt?
no, I did. I did because I was playing for a team that wore Mexican jerseys.
Yeah.
So like I was like I'm proud to be a part of this team, and then I posted the logo of the of Mexico,
Yeah, the
right?
flag.
Because the jersey has a logo of it, and a lot of people have been saying like over the time. It's also because I hang out with a lot of
Mexican.
Mexican
Yeah.
people,
His bio?
so they keep saying.
Viva Mexico, cabrón.
My bio was gracias.
Futbolistas.
My bio at one point was gracias de Dios.
Gracias a Dios. And I was like, what? This motherfucker's half Mexican? That shit
I
was
really
like-
like the culture. Like I feel like it's not like I don't like Asian culture. It's more of like I'm very intrigued of
Yeah.
different culture because I'm in a new country. I'm trying to learn something new. Having me, I'll be like, I'm like, I'm just stick with Asian culture. Of course, I am Asian, so I know what it's already like being Asian. Like
Yeah.
I'm intrigued into something new. That's why I'm not very be like, I don't want to hang out with Asian. I'm more of like, this is my group of friends because they interest me. In a way, I'm interested in them.
Yeah.
Of like learning something new. I got into soccer, and like they taught me to play soccer like better because they understand better in soccer. So like in a way, I progress better with them. So like I gain a lot of good things by being with a different culture.
Yeah.
That's what I'm proud a lot from myself. And I'm thankful for you guys for teaching me these stuff.
Oh,
too,
that's
man.
dope. I'm just waiting for the day
Shout
that
out
you
for
start
everyone.
fucking
Hell yeah.
speaking to us in Spanish and shit. It's
But like I'm saying, like
¿Nos
I
tomamos
feel
unas
like,
Hey, saliendo el 15.
dude, like,
Zapateando.
dude, like
Goes up to our parents. Tia,
I
tia.
dance.
Vamos a bailar.
Dude, I learned the dance and stuff from you
I
guys. I
know Sally
remember the
learned to
first time
dance,
I
bro.
danced with my girl. She was like, "Bro, I didn't even know you how to dance."
Get the clip.
Get the clip.
Dude,
We have
yeah,
it.
Yeah,
we have some,
right?
right?
But like, I
Sally's
mean,
a
I'm
good-ass
not
dancer.
like good ass dancer, but I do know how to like move my feet in a
Bro,
way.
you're better than some.
From your whole
Mexicans.
village, you're the best dancer.
Thank you, respectful. You feel me? I mean, that's why I like it being around you guys.
Yeah.
And like, your personalities wise is also hella fun, but like learning culture stuff is also hella fun. It's like.
Yeah.
I hope one day I'm able to invite you guys out. Cause right now I have been wanting to invite you guys out to my like culture stuff. Like we have our own New Year where we celebrated our stuff. I always want to invite you guys out, but in a way I'm also feel like I don't want to show you guys it because I don't know. I feel like there's some insecurities, but like ever since like we have been together so long, I have been feeling comfortable to trying to bring you guys out, but it's also because of the COVID stuff. So like we have not done anything big events or anything else. Like I already learned. You guys shared hella shit from me. I hope one day I'll be
Dude,
able to share those.
In
things with
Sefit,
you.
some guy, his name's Sang, and I'm hella cool with him. I always say what's up to him. We always laugh and shit.
Mhm.
Hella funny. That was all funny. and he bought me like some Vietnamese fucking food. It was hella good. I didn't know what it was.
See, that sucks because you don't even get to know what the fuck it is.
I asked him where he got it, and he told me, but I didn't even understand him honestly. I was just like, yeah, for sure.
Dude, when I can't understand people, I just say yeah. It's because sometimes I'm like, they're talking to me and I'm like, I say what?
Right.
And then they repeat it and I'm like, huh?
It's
and
like,
then the third time that they say it again, I'm like, oh yeah. Because I
It's
can't
like-
understand them.
it's like sometimes you guys correct my English before
I
you
gotta
guys
wake
used
up
to
early
correct
tomorrow.
my English more. It is good, but also in a way I do feel very like
Insecure.
I was supposed
like
to.
insecure,
Shit.
not like insecure but embarrassed.
Why don't
Like
you
I
It's all
would
good.
I should have
Next
said
time.
it right, you know, like those type of things.
Shut up.
I didn't think about it.
You're the one that
I
counts
I-
the most.
I would literally,
You
like,
could just sleep here.
I'm trying to learn, and if somebody corrected me in a mean way,
No, but
That-
nobody
that-
does it in a mean
No,
way.
no.
no, but I'm
like-
no, but I'm saying like that's why
Oh,
like
yeah.
maybe I should correct you, but it's like sometimes like I don't even want to because I'm like I know what he means, like
Yeah.
It's
Like,
just
it
to
doesn't-
help
That's what a
him.
lot of people
But-
think.
Right.
Like, if I already know what you mean, there's no point of correcting. But it because I'm fine with them correcting me because they know like I know their intention was to be like
Yeah.
for having
Well,
me to.
I
speak
think
better.
because I'm learning a language too, and you guys aren't, which is a cool thing. You guys are whatever, but it's just like
Trying to speak
as,
German.
as a person who is
French.
actually trying to learn a language, like I just kind of like resonate with you, and I would just like maybe I'm just a little bit more cautious about it.
I think
I know
should
what
all,
you mean,
I think
yeah.
we should all just speak Spanish when we're around Sadie and Emily,
It-
just so they can.
It's like my
No,
girl
that's,
sometimes.
they already do that.
Yeah.
My girl,
They
my girl
already
speak
do
a lot
that.
of Spanish, so
No,
I
no, no, no,
understand. I often understand
I
my
can-
girls a
Hay
lot.
que hablar del
But
Johnny Depp.
Jose, you're just whistling the
pasó
whole
con el
time.
Hey,
¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Digan, digan, digan.
50% of Mexican language is
Yeah.
language.
Mira,
Dale, puto.
lo que pasó.
Cabrón, cabrón.
Aquí
di.
andamos en la mañana.
Cabrón, di. ¿De qué vas a hablar?
You sounded like
Pues,
Hey,
venga.
Jose, how are you doing it at Arnold? ¿Vas a chupar o qué?
Oh, güey. Vieja, vieja.
Pinche pendeja.
wait.
Me la vas a... Okay.
Our,
Dame una
par-
cerveza, pinche pendeja.
our parents watching this.
For real.
This gets shared on them. ¿Estos son sus hijos?
¿Eso es un video?
Mira, que están hablando
Ese
los
viral,
cabrones.
ese
no.
viral.
They're like, dude, they always pick up
Par-
the bad stuff
hey,
before the good
Parents
stuff.
react to our podcast.
So he's gonna be talking to more. Hey, pinche pendeja.
¿Me lo vas a chupar o qué, puta?
Hella strong.
Hey,
Mamá, mira lo
honestly,
que-
honestly,
mira lo que dice el Sari.
how...
Yeah, come on now.
Tattoo or no tattoos?
Tattoo. Life is too short. Stop
wait,
being
hold on.
stupid.
Okay, does tattoo make you more attractive?
I think it depends
I
on the
mean-
person that. The
What do you
person
think?
that
If Mark would have tattoo, would you feel he's a lot
Mark's
more
like,
attractive?
bruh, people with tattoos are hella ugly.
I think it depends on the person. If they're attracted to that, then tattoos will make someone seem more attractive.
What do you think about tattoos? What do you guys think about tattoos?
I want.
What do you want to get one? Oh, today.
I would get one on my thigh.
Today I'll get one.
Dude,
The
I feel
line
like
here? Like wording, like right on here.
I don't know if it would be wording or like a logo or like a stamp or like I don't know what the fuck I'd
I was
get.
telling Javi that I want a tattoo, but like right here.
you know what I be thinking.
And I was telling him because like your rose one looks good right there, so I want one like right here too. I just don't know what.
I like
so.
that placement.
You know
Just
what I be
scary.
thinking. I have,
Yeah, I'm just hella.
bro. I have strict as parents. Having a tattoo is very hard and
dude,
fucked
me
up.
too.
Yeah,
So
me
like
too.
I be thinking, I'm like, dude, one day I'm gonna just get so fucked up to the point where I'm just like, I'm gonna go get
No,
a
so what we do is
tattoo.
we go to
And
the
then
bar.
you can't- and then the next day-
you can't even
yeah.
drink if you're gonna get a tattoo.
I mean, you shouldn't.
Yeah, it's not
But you
recommended.
Well,
you
they
can't.
do numb the pain.
Wait, what?
You're
No,
not
it's
supposed
because
to.
Well, you
on the
shouldn't.
day
Your
you
skin
get it.
doesn't absorb it as well.
Really?
And you bleed.
Oh.
Yeah.
You could bleed.
You're more. It's like also caffeine. You can't even have coffee
Same thing with that too.
because you'll.
Now
bleed.
what if I get it and get hella fucked up and be like, oh mom.
Take a shot while you're getting tattooed.
I don't even know I got a tattoo.
yeah.
I don't even know. Like I don't. That shit just happened. You feel me?
And
Like,
be like, wake up, be like, oh, what the fuck?
I was like,
Mom, look at
oh, mom, someone did it to me. I don't even
You
know.
go running to your mom like, Mom, mira. I just woke up with it.
She believes you. She
Bro,
goes, she files a report.
that shit literally happened in Hangover. Motherfucker woke up with a Mike Tyson tattoo, bro.
Talking about Mike Tyson, Did you guys see that
He fought
motherfucker?
someone.
He beat somebody up in a fucking airplane.
Yeah, I heard that.
When?
I
Fuck
heard.
out of him.
When?
I heard that it
Yeah.
was like some
Today?
like. No.
No, like I don't know, last week or something. But it,
Oh,
like I
shit.
saw it. That
Yeah.
I don't care what you're going through, bro. Why would you try to fight Mike Tyson?
Yeah,
bro?
I don't think they were.
I heard like so. This is what I heard. I heard that it was a couple of like frat guys or some shit. Like they were like in that vicinity, and they were just I don't know if they were frat guys or white guys. I can't remember, but it was for sure a white guy, and he was like fucking around with him, and he was drunk, and they were getting along at first, but I think the drunk guy took it too far, and obviously they're on a fucking plane, so Mike Tyson's like, all right, bro, like that's enough, like I don't feel like fucking around anymore, and the guy kept fucking around, and then that motherfucker Mike Tyson went up to him and just started swinging.
Wait, did you see the video?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was just swinging on
So
him.
yeah, Mike Tyson just basically went behind the fucking chair and started fucking pummeling him.
Yeah.
But it's also like, cause
On the plane.
yeah,
Yeah.
cause he said that Mike Tyson even gave him an autograph and took a picture with him or something like
Yeah,
that.
like
But then it's like he must have been annoying him hella like to the point
Like-
where
like,
oh,
Mike
But like, why do people actually feel like they're celebrity
He's drunk.
obligated
He's drunk.
to give
yeah,
them
he
autographs?
was really
and
drunk
these
too.
things?
Yeah.
But like
I guess yeah.
dude, I've been drunk before, but I feel like you still have some common sense.
But like
Some
some
people
people
don't know how to drink.
yeah,
though.
some
They
people
don't control it.
some people, it's not they don't even want to control
He
it.
probably
They just
doesn't
get
remember.
drunk.
It's,
yeah, after he got
it's
his
like,
ass beat,
it's
he
like
was just
there
looking
be
at the
that
camera
one
smiling.
person where you don't not want to
Honestly,
give alcohol to.
If I got my ass beat, I'd probably sober up like that.
Dude,
like
nah,
If I got my
like
ass
you
beat by
should
Mike
be
Tyson,
good.
I would sober up, man.
if I got my ass beat by Mike Tyson, I'd be
Dude.
the happiest man.
You put
Yeah,
that
I
shit in the
kinda remember this
resume.
moment.
You
Yeah.
put that shit in the be like went one round with Tyson.
For real.
I
Dude,
got
yeah,
knocked
man.
out, but I went, bro.
Mike.
Dude, his marketing's so smart. He has some edibles,
Oh yeah.
And they're the shape of an ear, and it's
little
big
ears,
enough.
yeah, and they're called bites.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tyson
damn.
bites.
This motherfucker.
Have you seen Mike Tyson like highlights in documentary and shit like that? Motherfucker was 16, looking like he was 25.
Dude, and he
with
was
that
beating
body.
up grown ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the heavyweight division. Bro.
Heavyweight. bro.
16 though.
His fucking punch, bro.
Yeah,
Imagine us at 16 against Mike Tyson.
Hell no.
We're basically going against a grown ass.
I'd get my fucking ass beat, bro.
Bro, I wouldn't
I'll
even
last at
fight.
least 2 rounds.
Fuck no. I mean, yeah, running, but then he
The
could
ring
hang.
fighting like Mayweather.
Mayweather.
Hey, for real.
All that motherfucker needs to get is one body shot. You're winded. You're wounded. You're just staying there.
I gotta have the fight too.
Why did you make her name?
Johnny and Mike Tyson, who wins?
Who?
Johnny and Mike Tyson.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Come on now.
Bro, why you even give me that question? Hey, that motherfucker.
You said that motherfucker has power?
Dude, I fought this one dude. Damn, this motherfucker has power. Cause like a week before, a couple of days before, some our
in the
teammate.
soccer team, we would like box sometimes.
Yeah.
In the locker room, Mark.
And so like one of the goalie we had, he like literally challenged me. I'm just like, I'm just chilling. He was like, put on your gloves, like I'm like, nah. He's like, stop being a bitch. I'm like, I bet. Put on my glove. I
He's like,
swear
"I
to
bet."
God.
I like that. That's how.
Hey,
That's all
we
it takes,
swung.
bro.
It was after the Dianza game when we
Stop being a
came
bitch.
back. Yeah, and then I got up, put on my gloves, and we went at it, and I won confidently. And next week, we're at practice, and we saw this one dude. I always fuck around with them. Like he's like, "Sorry, put your gloves on, stop being a pussy." And I was like, "All right, let's go." Right, being confident for my 1-0 match from the team.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I faked him like on a little jab, and like I kind of touched him. This motherfucker went boom, and I'm like, damn. He literally I blocked it. He didn't even hit my face. I blocked it, but I still felt like that whole fucking momentum that he gave me, and it was like boom. I'm just like, damn. I'm like, okay, let's go. Like, oh shit. And now, what crazy is this motherfucker was high.
He was in slow mo, bro. When he was
This
fighting.
motherfucker boom
At
on me.
practice.
Yeah,
After
at
a game.
practice. And this motherfucker got me, alright? And we're hitting. Boom again. I dodged it, but I still felt that shit because he got my arm. My whole arm swung fucking across my whole body.
I only fought ever in a steroid.
And then what do you call it? After the fight, I was like, nah, bro, like let's not call this shit off. And then
Bro.
he told me, he came up, he's like, no cap, bro, sorry you killed my high. I was like, My bad. But that shit was funny. I was like, fucking no, dude. That it's not the weight. The weight make difference. Like, dude, it's not like the fatter you are, but like it's more like the heavier, the more power you generate.
That's
it's
why they
crazy.
have weight classes.
Yeah,
think
it's
about
crazy.
Yeah, it's like even when you gain weight, you get stronger.
Yeah.
Right? It's
So
nuts.
when motherfuckers hit 225 but they're 300 pounds doesn't count.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, motherfucker, you better be lifting. Like, think about it. You can lift your own weight easily.
I hella wanna go
He's
into like fighting, like some MMA or some boxing or something like that. Like when we went to go watch Javi's brother, that shit, like I got hella hype. Like I was just like,
I feel like I'd be good at boxing.
I feel
I
like
have a
I would be
perfect body
good.
for it.
I feel like I would be good at boxing or
You're
MMA.
imagining yourself in
Like,
the hole.
Like I don't even know if I want to go. Like I don't even think I want to go like professional or something. But I want to do it. Like I want to have like sparring matches or something.
A little hobby.
Yeah, a little
learn
something.
self-defense.
Right, like something
Yeah,
like
right.
that.
It's like
Which I
a
think-
workout too.
Yeah,
That
that's
cardio.
Bro, I seen
Yeah,
a
it
nasty
does.
ass video of like these people who were finished like sparring and shit all day. I'm assuming like practicing. You know how they all have like a mat, like the entire floor at the gym's a mat.
Yeah.
They were like fucking sliding, and it was legit like a water slide, bro. Just like all water, and
It's
then
all sweat.
the comments were like, "Yeah, ringworm for sure,
Yeah.
bro." Like, that's for
Ringworm.
sure. But I'm like, that's
My brother's got that a couple times.
What?
Well, it's.
Ringworm.
I mean,
It's
it's
common.
from.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
from.
It's all the mats.
Yeah.
They need to clean them like hella good.
It's just bacteria.
And then they have the cauliflower ears.
Yeah, it's like open wounds on their skin.
I remember
get into a fight with someone with cauliflower
Yeah, dude, we went to
please, for your own sake.
we
For
went
your own
we
sake.
went to In and Out the other day, and some fool came out of a Prius, already kind of looking beta. Then he walks out, motherfucker had 2 cauliflower ears, and he was bald as fuck. I was like,
Don't touch him.
Don't
Do
fuck
not-
with this
do
guy.
not touch
Well, like
him.
he's part of Khabib's
yeah,
program.
yeah. I was like, never mind, bro. You're good. I respect the Prius.
He trained with Cain Velasquez.
Did he?
You.
Hey,
I
free,
seen-
free Kane.
I seen him.
Kane.
I seen him.
Motherfucker shot the wrong person, but
Hey, free him
Huh?
though.
if he would have shot the right person.
Oh yeah.
Then, yeah, but
I mean, what do you do there though? Like somebody like raping one of your fucking
No,
family
it was
members?
like a molestation.
Oh,
thing.
molestation.
Yeah,
But that's still bad.
yeah, but
I don't know if I would go shoot somebody,
but how did he shoot the wrong person?
out of
I think
anger,
he probably got the
frustration,
wrong
probably.
info.
Yeah,
I think he just saw like
He was
red.
driving. He was
Yeah,
driving.
he just saw red and shot the wrong person. Like he didn't even think about it. He just went like, I'm gonna go shoot this motherfucker.
Yeah, I
Shoot
was
the wrong
saying
person.
though, like, what would have been more dangerous? Him like
Angers are very
beating
crazy.
him up, or like him like shooting him?
Equivalent.
Equivalent.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure he would have killed him.
Those
Yeah.
are like they're registered weapons.
and
their hands.
and then he would have been considered like crazy
Yeah,
for like beating him to death.
yeah, because I feel like he would have not been able to control himself.
Yeah, he would have just like fucking smashed his face up.
Dude, I was a big ass fan of King. Like when he lost his 5 versus Wardlow,
I was
hella sad.
I was the biggest fan of the other white guy I used to,
Chris or
Junior?
some white guy that used
Luke
to train.
Rockhold.
Yeah, Luke Rockhold.
Motherfucker was cool.
But
I
I
remember.
seen-
I used to like him a lot.
Yeah.
That's
in
how-
UFC right now, dude, UFC's hecka competitive.
Yeah.
Like you just don't know what's gonna happen in there right now. Like in the division that McGregor's in, dude. Every time someone fights there, it's like you don't know what's gonna happen.
And McGregor's still trying to go for a title fight after losing like fucking 3 times. I'm like, bro.
I don't know what happened to him.
No,
I
it's
think-
because think about this.
I
remember
think he's
when he
going
first-
up weight to fight more heavyweight.
But I'm saying like when he lost against Khabib, like
Of course, he felt
When he first
different.
got his first championship, you know, when he was barely popping up, becoming a star and all, he fought Jose Aldo. And
Yeah,
he's
which
been
was
for
like
bruh,
And-
the Jose Aldo fight was
Yeah.
crazy.
Bro, one hit and done.
13
But-
seconds.
Fuck.
You
One
know
hit,
what he
done.
said before the fight? He said like the reason why he's going to win is because like Jose Aldo has a family, he has his own shit, his own life, his own business kind of starting. And now look at McGregor. Back then he was hungry. Now
So-
that he
Yeah.
has like his whiskey company, he's a billionaire.
It's because he's saying basically like Jose Aldo
He's
had
set.
shit to lose and he didn't.
Mhm.
Yeah, he didn't have shit to lose, and
Yeah.
that's always the most dangerous guy.
That's
Underdog.
why. That's why Khabib was so ruthless. Cause Khabib came from nothing, bruh.
Yeah, he kind of just popped up.
And then like he didn't care about endurance. Like look at him now, bro. He rides a bike down fucking Santa Clara and shit. Like you know what I mean? Like motherfucker doesn't care. He's not about materialistic shit. He just cares about like the whole sport of it. That's all he cares about, like reputation. So like he's willing to keep up with his reputation versus like McGregor's like all about the money, the show, like, and I mean that's just how it is, bro. I mean shit, Mayweather was like that too. He's a smart ass boxer, but it's all about the money, all about the show.
But like in reality, so it is true. Like, some people have a way where like, oh, my reputation is more bigger than money. But some people, if you're really smart and like trying to create wealth, of course you're gonna go for the money.
Yeah.
Cause you're already on the top of like the entertainment center. Of course you're gonna want more money because you're bringing money.
I mean, I heard like a lot of athletes say like, especially like in basketball and shit, you only have like 10 years where you're gonna be like in your fucking game, and then after that, it's like
no one cares about
the
you.
next rookies. They're gonna be the ones like Ja right now, Ja Morant,
and LaMelo Ball.
That motherfucker's going crazy right now in the playoffs, and like. There's players that have been in the league already for a minute, and that's just how it is. You have to, in the time you're in there, I'm assuming you gotta take advantage of that shit.
As much people is like, oh, I'm trying to build this for my reputation, but like, dude, I know like in the end you will be able to, you will end up choosing money over anything because in reality that's what will be able to keep your life safe and set.
You know when you're the GOAT, when you're able to balance.
Look at what Jim Carrey said.
What did he say?
He said that he's retiring, that he's not gonna do any more movies. But if there's something like there that he feels like is really important for people to see him do, then he'll do it. But other than that, he's chilling. And he said that, like that the person that was interviewing him will never probably hear this again. But he said he has enough.
Yeah, like some people, like I said, like if you think if people already starting creating wealth, like generational wealth, they're set, so they're not very stressing about like
making the money now.
Yeah.
Like that's why people don't really fall off. They just get
like McGregor, like you're telling me he already has his own whiskey.
Yeah, him fighting
like,
right now.
His generation is already set. Like set.
Don't really strive for nothing else.
That's what people are working so hard for. For like some people have intention to have their like next generation set. Some people is just like, oh, you know what? They don't really think about it much yet, so they just think of like my reputation is more important than money, so I'm gonna just go for the reputation. But some people is like, you know what? I'm big. It's time to make money. If I'm bringing so much entertainment to you should be able to pay me more like than anything. Like, come on, bro. If I'm bringing 100 million, I'm at least should get a good amount, like 20 or 30% of it at least. Like, come on. You know, those type of things are important. That's why, people, like, as much you hate to say like, oh, you working for the money. If you were in the same situation, you would have done the same. Like, you can't be saying those things. I understand when people was like, bro, it's just all about money and this and that now. Like, but like,
I feel like there comes a point though, like you're already making 40 mil. Why is 45 more important? Like, why?
It don't matter. It's like right now, if you were to be like getting paid $25 an hour, and they able to pay you 35, of course you're gonna take the 35. And if you know that you could bring in the 35, why wouldn't like you demand for more? Of a 35.
It's true. That actually makes a lot of sense. Because
like,
I was about to ask.
On, like you're the one that bring in the money. It's not them. The club itself doesn't bring up the money.
If your boss
bring the money.
If your boss told you want a $5 raise, you'd be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, right.
So it's like
that's
what the $5 million. Imagine that's $5 million, not $5.
It's also like, yes, the more money you bring in, the better. It is, right? Like. Of course, you're trying to build a generational wealth. You know, so the more bring in, the better. So the more set you could be. It just you trying to build the most safe sets for every single generation that will able to go through. And your son, your grandsons, going on and on and on and on, right? Until like to a point where I don't know. What if like someone go bankrupt, right? It's like it happens. A lot of people have happen where like. They'd be the richest person in the world. Now they're at the bottom of like the world. It happens, but the whole point for them is to keep them safe every single decades that they have.
I never felt like that. Like I didn't grow up thinking like that.
Me
And the truth is that it kind of reminds me of a situation that I'm going through right now. I recently applied to a job that pays $27 an hour. About 2 weeks ago, they rejected me, unfortunately. I was pretty confident about it, but the original job that I wanted was at a park, and they paid like $2 more than where I work right now.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, $2 more, that's hella more money. I'm gonna get 22 an hour, you know."
Mm-hmm.
But the moment, like a week later, the opportunity for $27 an hour came.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that the $22 per hour was a place that I wanted to be at. I wanted to work there because it seems something fun and relates to me. But the $27 an hour was something completely against what I stand for. And when that opportunity came, I was actually really considering the $27 an hour for that same reason. Because, you know, like, why not make that extra money in a place that I don't like if it's going to be, you know, extra money? Like, $5 more an hour adds up in the long run by a lot.
I have another thing to ask you guys. This is kind of in the same topic, but Ozzy asked me this. Ozzy's my boss, aka brother-in-law. He asked me. He said, "Say we make hella fucking money, and like we grow this business. He owns a landscaping company, and he says we grow this fucking business. We make millions of dollars or whatever." He's like, and he says, "I die." He's like, "Would you want all your money, all your savings, everything to go to like your family and your kids and everything? Like, would you want that to go to them?" And I said, "Yeah, of course." I was like, wouldn't everyone want their kids and their family to be like well off? But he was like, "But imagine that like your kids," I don't know how he told me this, but it was something like if your kids were older or something like that, and it's like, would you want that to be like something that they like? Because if you think about it, do you think that if you had kids right now with whoever you're imagining you're with, do you think that they would responsibly be able to handle like millions of dollars, being that they've never come from something like that?
I've heard a really good phrase like about something like that. If I remember correctly, it goes like, tough times make strong men. Strong men make easier times, and easier times make weak men.
Yep.
And it just repeats. Weak
That's
men.
how I grew up.
It's more of like, that's why people have contracts or inherit the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, if for me, because not knowing who is my grandchildren is, I mean, I definitely will give them the money. But the thing is that they have to be able to understand what this money have been earned, how it had been earned, and how it had been like.
Okay, but you can say that, but what if they don't understand it?
Yeah.
But the thing, huh?
You can only build a legacy towards so much, because there's gonna come a point where people are just gonna
like
forget
that's
you.
the reality.
You never existed.
Yeah.
I think it's different I think it's different than if I am alive and then if I'm not here anymore. Because if I'm alive and I'm parenting my kids I have stupid amounts of money and I'm like, I would never just give them a car. I never want to gift my kids a car. I want them to, I'll assist them and I'll help them with whatever they need, but I'll never just hand things to them.
Yeah,
that's
because
kind of
that's not how I grew up. I had to take public transit all the time, and like, I had to do what I had to do, and thankfully I'm okay.
That's kind
but
of
but if I'm not here anymore, like what can I do? Like, I worked hard, just have it. It's like, what am I gonna do? Take it to heaven with me, all my money? Like,
I feel like
it just doesn't make any sense.
I don't think it's like you shouldn't give your money to the kids, but it's the way you raise them.
Yeah,
and then
it's very
important. The way that they treat the money afterwards. Because if you raise them and you give them a car, you give them like
yeah,
money.
But that's what I'm saying. You're talking about your grandchildren. You don't really raise your grandchildren.
Right.
But the thing is that's the responsibility of a parent. Like the son you raise or even the daughter.
Yeah, it's the way you raise your children so that they can raise their children.
But realistically, do you think that your kids, or your grandkids are going to go through the same struggles that you've gone through as a kid.
It doesn't go through the. You're not expecting to go through the same struggle, but you're expecting to like. You should understand what the struggles are like.
Yeah, that's
You should feel. Like for me, like of course dude, I'm in the U.S. now because of my grandparent.
yeah.
Like without my my granddad, like I'm not gonna be here. My whole entire family being living in Vietnam right now. He was able to work for the for the government, and he was able to get a little. I don't know, like he was able to bring over his family. My mom stayed at back home because she married my dad. They have all of us, and we're like the last family to come over to the U.S. We came over to the U.S. like, bro, we learned shit the hard way. Even look, I came to the U.S. My aunt working, she has a great job, making 6 figures. So is my uncles. So my other aunts. Everyone has a house of their own, but they also teach me every single process. It's not easy.
In a way, you had it easier than some people.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I'm not like
You
out
might
here.
think like you struggled, but there's always gonna be someone that's
More.
struggles
Yeah, that's bro. I came from Vietnam, bro. Like everyone struggles over there. I see the poor, I see the middle class, I see the rich class.
I'm not talking about just Vietnam though.
Yeah, everywhere in the country, every single countries. Like, but when I came here, I live in a nice, decent house. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I live in a pretty nice house. I live in a nice ass house. To people who have came here to the U.S. to begin their life with. Yeah. I start off with a 2-story house. My room, things where my aunt was able to afford me with everything. Where like my clothes are like being set. Fucking car if I need it, set. Computer equipment, school equipment, set. But the thing is that they all taught me is like use the stuff wisely. Don't just ask for everything.
Then it really just comes down to like my whole question of like, well, what would you do in that situation? There's no problem with giving the money down, but I guess you as the hard worker who earned this fucking money, you have to not be a dumbass when you get the money and like actually teach your family to be grateful for these things and like how to earn things like this. Because I know that there is people that once they make it, they don't give a fuck about their morals. They don't give a fuck about how hard they struggled. They just want to like spoil the shit out of their family at that point. But I feel like that's unfortunately, like what you were saying, the cycle after that point is kind of just gonna fuck things up. But if you don't lose focus and you actually like teach your family how to like be responsible still, not only will your wealth multiply because now you're feeding your family this financial like help that they never had, but they can use that. For example, like Sadi said, like now you can send your kids to medical school. Now you can send your kids to around the world to go study like in a fucking different country and like learn how to do some crazy shit. Like, and that's all about how you kind of teach them. Even though if you pass away or whatever. They have the
advantage now. Like, it's like learning from the past mistakes. They have the advantage. Emily, when do you want to have kids?
I think 26, 27.
That's when you want kids?
Wow. Very early.
I want to have
kids.
Not
really. That's the time I want kids.
Yeah, right? Not for us.
Like,
for
I don't
want
to be like in my 30s.
Usually
like,
girls
barely
usually want
having
their
a kid.
30s. Yeah.
That's the time.
Because they're the one that carry. We don't.
Bro, I kind of
carry
want one at
cerebral.
like 25.
I think.
That's like, dude.
Wait,
I told my
wait.
girl, I was like, dude. Bro,
That's like 2 years.
I changed my answer.
What is it now?
30.
I would
2.
like.
She's like 24.
I would.
She says 22.
Oh.
22.
Hey, yo, Mark.
hey, get that plan going.
Plan B or plan A?
Okay.
Here's the thing. The only reason why I say 26, 27 is because I think I will be like. I just think it's a good age. Like you're young, but like you're not too young.
Right.
You're mature.
But then, I would like to have them as soon as possible, to be honest. And that is only because of financial things. Like, if me and Mark were, like, financially, like, good...
Oh, you would have one right now?
We would have already gotten married. And, like, already had our own place.
And your own kid?
Yeah, a kid is more important than all that. Like that's a bigger step in my opinion. Like marriage is whatever, but having a kid is like the step you take when
No,
it's like
I
serious.
I literally would love to.
Para mí.
I think I would also have a kid like around it if I was financially stable.
Yeah.
Because
It's
once you're
literally just that's so sad because it's literally just the money thing. Like,
right to the woman, if
I
they're,
would
like
like to have a water birth. I think those are hella sick.
Are you
Like,
serious?
yeah.
You've seen them. You've seen videos, huh?
Well, I've just like seen people.
You know, back then they've made
Water slide.
like that shit was normal. I've
Shit,
seen.
slip and slide in.
She watched the movie.
What?
I'm getting excited, bro. Hey,
Perfect timing.
Mark. Emily said she wants to have a baby like Apocalypto.
Yeah.
You know how she had her.
She's
mouth-
like-
yeah.
You're annoying.
She said that she would have a baby right now if Mark was ready for it.
No, I
He
said
said if
we
Mark
were
had
fuck-
6 figures, y'all would have a baby.
I said me and Mark.
So
We'll
6
find
figures.
Out. We'll find out.
She said if Mark wasn't
I was
fucking,
like,
I wouldn't want to say.
hey, why do
because
you
she
want it
said
early though?
but
Why
she
do you
would-
want it at that early though? At
Why
a
would
good
I want
age?
it?
Wait, what age did you say?
Like 26 or 27?
Yeah.
I want to be hella connected with them. What the fuck?
It's
Like,
not. It's just about connect. But I also want to. I want to run with my kids. I want to play
Mhm.
sports with them. I don't want to be hella
Yeah.
old.
Dude, like I told my girl, I'm like, hey, look, but you either gonna give me my prime or nothing.
And I'm not saying like.
So,
And I'm not saying like by 27 I'm gonna be old already. But I want to be like
I mean,
playing
they
with them
could
while
be.
they're like 18. Like
Yeah.
if they're 18, I want to still like be playing and running with them and shit like that. You know, like playing
I mean,
sports.
look,
He wants to
look,
put him on
it's-
the
It's
Sunday
not
league.
late. It's never gonna be like. It's just late to a certain point. But like, if you're really trying to calculate and like look
I need
at the
gym shirt.
fucking future and
Yeah.
shit, of course, there's like a certain time where you'd be like, oh, by at this age, you need to have this much money to be able to afford them to go to college. And by this age, once they graduate, you're gonna be at this age, you know, this type of thing. My
Like-
uncle told me that shit because you know.
I don't know. Like, I don't want to. Obviously, there are some times where like it's best if you don't have like kids with you. But I'm like, why would I want to live my life before having kids? Like, I want to live my life with my kids. Like, I want to travel with them.
But then you gotta think about, cause there's other situations that you gotta think about, like them missing.
Suck on that shit, boy.
Oh, that shit came in his mouth.
on it.
That shit
Sadie.
busted
Like
in his
them
mouth,
missing school and
bro.
stuff like that.
Sadie, you're a
And then if they
natural.
want
You
to
saw
go,
that
you know.
shit?
Well,
That shit
obviously in the
overflowed in his
summer
mouth,
or
bruh.
during
I think that'd be
spring
more
break.
expensive.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, you're rich.
Yeah, because I'll be rich.
If you were a girl, would you start an OnlyFans?
I mean, if I didn't have nothing else to do, then yeah. And if I was like bad, why not?
My girl said that she has this friend that she went to middle school with, and that friend went to like Vegas, and she's a stripper over there, and she makes bands in a day. Bands.
Of course.
Dude, if I was a girl, I don't know if I would.
That's literally prostitution. That's what they would
No,
consider.
it's not.
In a way, selling your body.
Bro,
Selling
the,
your
You're
body.
still
Okay, what if you
But
make videos with
no,
your,
it's-
with your
it's
boyfriend
not-
all the
in
time?
the fucking 1600s, bro.
Okay, I
Fucking
hate the quote
Prostitute.
or the phrase "selling your body."
Why?
Yeah, like you can sell videos
But
of you
it's
fucking your
you're
boyfriend the whole
not
time.
selling your body. You're literally like selling your body sounds like you're like
Okay, that makes sense. I get what you're saying.
Selling your bodies like the people, like the girls on Monterey.
Yeah, yeah.
but they're making bank and
Dude, I
that's what
have-
you have to
I have-
fucking
Yeah,
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 dog.
and they want to do that, so they should
Dude,
be
I
able to
have
do that.
been
So
on
I don't think
Monterey
that's selling your body.
to
I
go
think you're
towards
just
downtown in
working.
2
Like
years.
Okay, so
you're
why-
doing whatever you want with
So-
your body. You're not.
We see why you would. So why wouldn't you start an OnlyFans?
Why wouldn't?
Why wouldn't you start?
If
an
you have-
OnlyFans?
Honestly, my biggest reason is like, cause you're technically an independent contractor, and that shit is confusing as fuck. Like I don't know
I don't
how
know
to.
what that
Okay,
means.
Well, that's
I
what
don't
you
know how to do
Don't-
taxes
okay,
on that
nah.
shit.
If,
Not even
if you were
about-
to like reach a certain point, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can hire someone to do that all that for you.
But
No, okay.
That's right now.
Don't think about the money part, because of course you'll be able to manage it sooner or later. But I'm talking about like just morally, like
Morally.
like you know.
Yeah, moral. I don't. That's the reason that I don't think I would. Cause
Okay, so-
my morals.
So just say you can make a lot of money and you don't have to do any taxes. Would you do it?
I've thought about it.
I would.
Dude, if I was a girl, I think I would have thought about it too. Have you heard how much
Wait,
these
wait,
bitches make?
no, you know what?
What?
My feet ain't ugly.
Your
Like
what?
it doesn't have to be like
Yo,
your
what?
body.
What?
Feet.
Oh,
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
no.
Why you say it
People,
like
nah,
that?
people just sell feet.
Pics,
Feet.
yeah.
Yeah, like
You
it
know-
doesn't even have to be
you know
that
what I
crazy.
thought? Motherfuckers can just like crop an image off Instagram and just say that it's
they
you.
literally scam
In a
them.
fucking bikini or even naked pictures, you can even do that shit and scam motherfuckers. Like scam these fucking perverts that are paying to fucking see you naked and shit like that. Like you can easily like scam one of these motherfuckers. Cause dude, I see bitches getting paid $225,000 like a year, and I'm like,
Dude, bro.
I know some girl
Oh,
who
you
does
fucking Corinna. Oh, well, you got all know who Corinna is.
she made like
I'm not-
millions.
yeah, $1 million on the first day.
Well, it's also because
Because
of
she's
her
a-
status.
Oh, that too. But
Like,
yeah,
Come on.
because of that.
okay, let's be
Imagine-
honest. Let's be honest.
let's
if
be honest.
If she was not in the status that she was, do you think she would make that much money?
Not that much,
obviously
but I'm
no.
pretty sure she would
Fired.
get
So that's what I'm
Shots fired.
saying.
She's gonna come after you now. She's
Shots
gonna bring
fired.
up.
That's because
talking
we keep
about-
switching the subject.
I'm talking about like
Because if we stick,
not like
stick to one
relationship,
too long,
but
then-
more like if
Where
you're
do you
confident, do you think you could pull every single bitches around you?
Sonny, you're out of pocket.